Trap beats in 2024 are really not that complicated. If you go back to the early 2010s, these trap beats were super simple. Obviously, we got way more VST, so it's easy for people to try to add more things and just overcomplicate beats. So for the main melody, I sampled a track from Rubber Band Business 2 by Juicy J and Lex Luger. A lot of you might know this song from the meme.
Geeked up playing Xbox all day. Geeked up playing Xbox all day.
Alright, so first off, I literally just took the opening loop from the song. Just sounds like this, and it's just looped. I think I pitched it up a little bit, or actually I pitched it down. I take it back. Pitch it down 100 cents. I tried experimenting with a few different melodic layers, but I ended up deleting most of them. All I kept in was a little theremin and a very simple bell. I thought the loop really did enough for the melody already, other than adding these two things. But throughout the beat, I never had the bell. I did not mean to press R. Throughout this beat, I didn't have the bell or the theremin ever play at the same time though. Alright, now we get into the fun stuff. Really, the drums is what's the most important thing here. And there's really not that much. We got a little snare. Sorry, we got two snares. Little roll at the end here. Hit one hat. Secondary hat. This is a little bit lower with some effects on it, which I'll break down. Crash at the start, and we have two different 808s that are going in and out. We have a soprano sounding 808 that he would use in Ian's songs. And then we have a Lex Luger 808. Let me start with the snare. Didn't do too much. It's kind of like just a regular pattern. And then the second snare, a little bit more hectic. We got a couple more rolls going on. I'll play this, and then I'll play both of them together so you can see how they bounce back and forth. Now, here's both of those snares together. Next up, hi-hats. We're gonna start with hit one, and then I'll show you the secondary one after, because I got like an effectrix on it, I think. Very, very simple. So, it's just a two-step. We got a roll right at the start, and then we have a little bit of breathing room in between, and then I copy that over for the next 4 bars. For the second hi-hat, we got an effectrix on it. Preset looks like this, gives it a cool little bouncy effect. Now we got both of those hi-hats together. The crash is literally just a crash. I'm not even going to go into the piano roll. It's just... You've all heard this crash before. Next up, I'll show you the soprano 808 first because that's the one that's here. As you can see, C sharp is my favorite note. Only strayed away from it at the end when I went to the B up here. But other than that, we're just making a lot more cuts in the notes, but we're not changing the notes themselves. Here's what that sounds like. Now the second 808 is the Lex Luger 808. Still pretty similar. I had a little slide at the end, just going up from C sharp 5 to C sharp 6. Here's what it sounds like. Now, I'm going to show you guys all the drums together. I'll show you first with the soprano 808, and then we'll go to the Lex Luger 808 afterwards. Now into the arrangement, I did make a few changes, a few different like unique patterns that I added. The Luger 808, we have a secondary one. It is called Luger 808 3 because I had a number 2, but I took out the number 2 because it just wasn't fitting. So I just have the third one here. And then I also have a little crash kind of sound. I know it's a riser. It says riser from Typical. Shout out to Typical. This sounds like this. Very simple, but it's just a cool way to let the listener know that the hook is over. We're going into a verse. Second Luger 808 pattern is a little bit different as well. I went from a D down to a C sharp, so I'm straying away from my favorite note. And we still have the slide up at the end. Mixing, very simple. Mixing's always simple on my channel, fellas. You know this. Soft clipper on the master. I did a little bit of like a boosting the highs here on the master as well. Melody, we got actually more than I thought. We cut out the lows. We added a hyper chorus. I like hyper chorus. I don't know why. It's like ever since it got added, I've been using it a lot. And we have a second EQ because this loop is from like 2011, so it wasn't like the best quality to download off of YouTube, so I had to take out some harsh frequencies. And I guess I added an effectrix as well. Oh, I did. Yeah, this is what makes it sound like it's reversing a little bit. I completely forgot about this. Let me show you guys that now. Actually, originally the melody sounded like this, but with the effectrix on, it has like that little swelling reverse. You hear what I'm saying? It's like when it plays, and I turn that to a little under 3/4 just so you can still hear the actual melody itself, because if it's fully up, it's just fully reversed, like, and it cuts out at the start. I turned it down to, I think it was at 73%. Let me get right back there. Yeah, back to the rest of the mixing. The theremin, I just took out the lows on it. Bell, took out the lows, and I added a reverb that looks like this. Most of the other drum sounds I didn't really do much. I just leveled them, except for the 808s. I added a soft clipper and I turned them up a little bit. The snares are just leveled. This is the hi-hat that I showed you with the effectrix on it, the secondary hi-hat. And the crash, I did a little bit of stereo separation just to do something. And then this is the other 808, as you can see, turned up a little bit, and soft clipper on it once again. So mixing, not that complicated, fellas. Add some EQs where you need it, add a soft clipper where you need it, and call it a day. Now let me play you guys the full beat with everything together, and I'll play it from here just so you guys can hear it. I got a couple videos over here on screen if you want to see some more Ian tutorials. I got one up here as well, and I'll see you guys tomorrow because I'm uploading tomorrow as well. I forgot about that.